Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the cute card we're making today. Isn't it sweet? Now today is a Focus Friday video and this is the first Focus Friday video for the month of May. And this month we're going to be looking at colour. And today we're looking at basically primary colours. I know I've added a bit of green at the bottom, but we're looking at the primary colours, and that's blue, red and yellow. And for my primaries here, I've chosen Pacific Point, Real Red and Daffodil Delight. So yes, these are the three primary colours, and from these three colours, from red, yellow and blue, you can make all the other colours you want on the colour wheel. So let me show, and they go very well together because they all sit next to each other on the colour wheel, so you can always know that these are going to make each other pop and look really good together. So let's make this card. So let's start with our stamping and get that out the way. So let's bring in everything for the stamping. We're going to use this set called Best Delivery, Birthday Wishes. Now the stamp set actually says Birthday Wishes signed, sealed and delivered. I've actually cut off the signed, sealed and delivered. I haven't ruined the stamp. You can still use it, put the two bits together again, but I only wanted the best wishes. Don't be afraid to do this to your stamps. It doesn't harm them at all. And you can still put them together, and it just makes them even more versatile than they already were. So let's stamp our Best Wishes. Make sure it's really well inked up. Okay, down, hold, and up. There we go, Best Wishes. Lovely. So set all of that aside to dry. And let's get on with doing some punching. We're going to use this Ladybird Builder punch, and I'm going to punch out the wings out of different colours cardstock. So we've got here, we've got our Daffodil Delight, and then we've got here some, these are just scraps, we've got here some Real Red, and then we've got our, let's see, Pacific Point Blue. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these pieces because we're done with those. Now we're just going to punch out our black bodies, and I'm going to use just basic black for this. So we need 3 of these. So that's 1, 2, and another piece. 3. Okay, so we get rid of that. And get rid of all these pieces of cardstock. Now, let's put these together. So, a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue here, whoops, at the top. And the glue gives you just a little bit of wiggle room to get things nicely lined up like that. And a little bit of glue here. Just like that. And then this last one here. So as I said, this month we're looking at primary colour, so this week we're looking at these primary colours and how well they work together, and then we'll be looking at secondary colours, and then we'll also be looking at complementary colours as well as rainbow of colours. So we're looking at different ways you can combine colours using colour theory and the colour wheel. So this, as I said, is primary day. So there are our primaries. So now we need to put some little dots on the back actually of our Ladybird. So I'm just going to use my glue here. If it wants to come out, I don't want a lot, just a dot. Okay. And what I've done here is I've taken a piece of basic black and just a single hole punch. And I've punched out a ton of circles, so that's one more there. open this up and get them all out. And then where's my take your pick tool? I'm just going to put these down where we've put our glue. Just like that. So there we've got our little ladybirds. I'm going to do the same for these other two and I'll be back. So there's our ladybirds. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of detail with a white pen. I just think it, you know, makes them, really lifts them. I'm not going to be not too worried, just a little bit of a highlight like that, and you can see compared to that how it just lifts, sort of gives them a little bit of shadow and highlights, the word I was looking for. So those are our three ladybirds. So set them aside, and let's bring in our card base and get that sorted. So it's basic black. So I've got a piece here of basic white for the inside. So let's do that. Like that. And then I've put another piece of basic white through this embossing folder, this gingham one, to just give some extra texture. You can't really pick it up on the camera. Sort of, maybe there, and it just gives a bit of texture. So I'm going to use that now on the front. This is just a normal embossing folder, it's not a 3D one. It still gives some lovely texture to your card and interest in the background. Our Focus Friday in January was all about embossing folders and how to use them. I think they're very much an underrated tool. We just don't use enough in our crafting, our paper crafting, but they are very, very useful. Okay, so there we have that. So now we're going to start to build our card. And I've punched out a whole lot of greenery here using the bow punch, which is this one here. And I'm going to punch out just one more out of some Mossy Meadow cardstock. We've also got more than we need, but it's usually better to be like that. Now I'm going to ink up these bits with my sponge dauber, and I'm not going to be very specific or very careful in the way I do it. I don't think it makes much difference for this card, at least. So, whoops, sorry about that. So I've got my sponge dauber here, and I'm just going to start inking up parts, the bases more of these leaves, just giving them some extra texture and colour and definition. Helps them stop looking so flat. As you can see, I'm not being particularly careful in what I'm doing. Sorry if you heard the front door just there. Okay. So there we have that. So let's put these aside. Now we're going to just scatter them along the bottom of our card here. So let's do that. No rhyme or reason in the way I'm going to do it. Just getting some greenery on the card, basically. And I'll cut off anything that overhangs when we're finished. Trying to make sure I put the side that I didn't ink down, which is always useful. And this sort of gives a base for our butterflies, for our ladybirds. And I'm sort of not putting things in the same direction, just, you know, keep on changing things so it doesn't all look the same. Different heights. I'm using these big pieces first, and then I'll fill in with the smaller ones afterward. Something like that. I'm not being very careful, as you can see. I'm being very rough and ready about it. Let's fill in with some of these smaller pieces now. It's just meant to be some overgrown greenery foliage at the bottom of the card, just to really give a base for, as I said, for our ladybirds. And you can take as much time or as little time as you want doing this. It's really up to you. But for me, I actually think that is going to be enough. It's as good as a feast. I don't want to overdo it, personally. So, I'm going to put it to the back, give everything a bit of a press down, and then we're just going to cut off anything that overhangs. Like that. Scissors. Got glue on it now as well. And glue on my fingers, of course. It always happens. So there we are. Set that aside and bring back our sentiment here. And I think I'm going to actually use my trimmer this time to cut this out. I'm not sure I'm going to cut straight otherwise. Just got this feeling. Okay. Fine. Okay. Everything's sticking to me because I've got glue on my paws. Sorry about the glare, the sun's moved. We're going to stick this little sentiment that we cut out onto a scrap here of basic black, and then we'll be ready to assemble our card. So let's just cut this out here like that. Okay, get rid of these bits, get rid of that. This is our card. Let's pop this up. Let's not pop this up, actually. I'm just thinking it's got dimensional enough with all this greenery. So let's put our little sentiment nestled in the greenery down there. Just like that. Let's bring in our ladybirds, and pop them up with some dimensionals, definitely. You can see I've used this ladybird sets 3 times now. This is the 3rd card I've made out of it, and this card is actually based on one we made in Card Club in April. I run every month an online card club through my Facebook group, and you can find all the details in the description box below. You can find the details of my Facebook group there, so do come and check us out. But it's really fun. We have an online card club every month, and we craft together via Facebook Live, and I make all the kits, I send them out to you, and then we craft together and we have a lot of fun. So do come and check us out and see it all. I'd love for you to join and come and craft with me. It's usually on the third Wednesday evening of the month, and it is in the UK, so you know. So do, as I said, do come and have a look. I'd love for you to join me, and we make lots of fun projects just like this together. So there all are our ladybugs. And now finishing touches, I've got some iridescent rhinestones here, and I'm going to use these nice big fat ones, and I'm just going to scatter a few of them around in the gaps, so to speak. And there are our 2 cards. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so you know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. As I said, if you wanted more information about this project, all the information is on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links, including the Facebook group, are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!